Hi guys, it's Megan Rose from the Philippines. So today we're going to work on the 5th installment on our beaded letters tutorial series, which is this letter E right here. I have made an intro for this tutorials and it is on a separate video. I will put the link on the description box below. So I would suggest that you watch that first for some pointers and things to consider before making this tutorial. So the materials that we're gonna use in working on this are the following: a short nylon monoline string that is 050 mm, some chalk beads or acrylic rough beads that are 6 mm of the colors of your choice. You have the option of using key rings to turn them into keychains, and you need a pair of scissors to cut the string. The dimension of this is approximately 2 inches high and about 1 3/4 inches across, but that is for the other letters. The suggested string length for the letter E is 1 meter and half an arm length, or a little over half an arm. So it is basically a cube clusters that are formed in a sequence to form the shape of the letter. So the uses of this are just like what I said, it's a keychain. You can also use it as a zipper pull for your bags. You can turn them into words or names that you can have as a decor to your house, or you can also use them to teach your kids the alphabet. So for this, we're gonna first work on the column part, which is the side part here, which is 5 cube clusters of 4, and then we're gonna work our way to the lines across. So for this letter, there are 3 of them, and the middle part is shorter. So that is the things that you need to consider before working on this project. Okay guys, so now we are ready to start our project for this letter E. We're gonna first work on this 5 cubes here for this left column, and work our way to the other bar or horizontal bars here afterwards. Okay, so take your string and hold your first end on the right and the other end on your left. So we're gonna make 7 clusters of 4 first. So we're gonna put 3 beads on the right string, and we're gonna salikop. It's a term I usually use in my tutorials, wherein you pass through your right string going to the left and your left string going to the right just in one bead. Align both of the ends and slide that one bead so that it will go to the other beads, forming a cluster of 4. So now we're gonna need 6 more clusters of 4 after that first one. So you need to put one on the right and one on the left, and then salikop. And I'm gonna show you once again. We're gonna put one on the right and one on the left, and then salikop. So now that we have 3 clusters of 4, we're just gonna work on 4 more of them to complete the 7 clusters of 4. And you can do it on your own now, and I'm gonna catch up with you afterwards. Okay guys, so now you may have made 7 clusters of 4 on your string. We can count it on the side: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we have 2 excess because we are going to fold it so it will curve like so, and then we're going to make a cube cluster by putting one bead on the left and one on the right, and then we're going to count where we're going to salikop. So from the top, there's gonna be 1 2 3 4 5 On the fifth one, on the upper part of the fifth cluster, there is where we're going to silicop. Insert your right string going to the left and the left string going to the right. Align your ends and pull that string so as to make the first cube. So we're gonna work on 4 more cubes. So we're gonna fill these clusters here. So take your first string, insert it upwards, go into the upper cluster of the first cube that we have made. Take your other string, insert it on the opposite side so that our string is going out from the top cluster of the first cube. So now we're going to make a cluster of 4. So put one on the right and one on the left, and then silicop. We're going to form the second cube. So now as you can see, there's that upper cluster there. So we're going to connect the upper and lower part by putting one on the left and one on the right. And we're going to connect it to the lower cluster next to the first cube that we made, so that we can form the second cube. Align both ends and pull your string. So now we have 2 cubes on our string. We're going to insert our right string first, going upwards to the upper cluster of the second cube. Take your other string, insert it upwards, going to the opposite side. So now it should be coming out from this upper cluster here. So now that our string is coming out from the upper cluster, we're going to form another cube, the third one. So we're gonna first make a cluster of 4 by putting one bead on the right and one on the left, and then silicop. And then we're going to connect the upper cluster to the lower one by putting one on the right and one on the left. And we're gonna silicop to the lower cluster for the third cube. Align both your ends. Make sure that the beads are not jumbled. So now we have our third cube. Then we're gonna form the fourth cube by inserting the right string first to the upper cluster of the third cube. Take your other string, pass it upwards to the opposite side. So now it should be coming out from the upper cluster of the third cube. Okay guys, so now we're gonna form the fourth cube for the column part of the letter E. Put one on the right and one on the left to make a cluster of 4 first. To form the upper cluster of the fourth cube. And then put one on the right and one on the left. And we're gonna silicop to that part of the lower cluster. Align both ends. And now we have that fourth cube there. We're gonna take our first string, our right string, and insert it upwards to the upper cluster of the fourth cube. Take your other string and go the opposite side. tighten as you go. We're gonna make a cluster of 4, so put one on the right and one on the left, and then salikop. And now we're gonna form the last cube for the column part of the letter E. So put one bead on the right and one on the left. And then we're going to salikop on that last cluster on the bottom. So now we have formed the column part of the letter E now. So next we're going to work on the horizontal lines or the horizontal bars. So that is gonna be next. Okay guys, so now we're gonna make the upper bar first. So now that our string is coming out from this edge part here, we're gonna form the next cube next to it. So I'm gonna make 2 clusters of 4 first. So put one on the right and one on the left, and then salikop to make the first cluster of 4. Make another cluster of 4 by putting one on the right and one on the left. Then salikop. I'm gonna connect these clusters to the other side, so put one on the right and one on the left. As you can see, our clusters are coming out from this here, so we're gonna go the opposite side. So insert your string here. Align both of the ends, and then pull your string. Make sure it's not jumbled. So now we have formed that second cube or the first bar. Okay, so now we're gonna form 2 more cubes after this one. So insert your string so that it will go to this bottom part here, so that we can form the next cube. Take your other string and go the other way. So now that we're there, we're gonna make 2 clusters of 4. Put one on the right and one on the left, and then salikop to make the first cluster of 4. Make another cluster of 4 by putting one on the right and one on the left, and then salikop. So after that 2 clusters of 4, we're gonna connect it. So put one on the right and one on the left. So since our clusters are coming out from here, we're gonna go the opposite side. So we're gonna salikop there. Align both of the ends and pull it. So now we have the third cube. So we're gonna form another one. So insert your string, so it will come out from here. Take your other string and go the opposite side. So now we're gonna make another cube, okay?